my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Tiffany and my channel is WalkWithMe.Tiffaney. And thank you for joining me. I am going to be doing part 2 of my Valentine's Day special. I know some people are wondering, why in the heck did she wait all these months to do a part 2 to her Valentine's Day special? Good question. Because at first I was not going to do a video and I wasn't going to share the story, but then I thought about it, yes, some months later, and then I was like, you know what, maybe people need to hear this story and people can see how crazy this world can be. But first I want to say thank you to my mom for giving me this, or for buying me this shirt actually. I absolutely love it, Mother Dearest. She knows that I'm always saying peace at the end of my videos, so she found this shirt and she bought it for me, so I want to say thank you so much. Another thing I want to share with you guys is I have really been working my butt off. I know you can't really tell now, but I have been working so hard trying to lose weight the last like 2 weeks, jogging, running, jogging, getting on my elliptical, getting on the treadmill, lifting weights, eating healthier. I haven't even had tea like in a while, so this is actually my first cup of tea in about, I would say like a week and a half. I haven't had tea in a while. And it's quite delicious. So this is my treat. So like in the morning I have to work, so I'm going to get up a little early and work out. I'll probably just lift some weights in the morning because I went jogging today. So anyways, you guys, so this is part 2 to my video, my Valentine's Day video. So you guys go back and watch that one first. Leave off. I think in part 1 I left off where he was locked up in jail and the guy kept calling me. Well, if you guys haven't watched the first part 1, the guy that I was supposed to go on a date with was locked up. So you guys gotta, in order to get caught up, go watch video part 1. So anyway, so the guy was locked up and kept calling me from jail, asking me for money to bail him out and all this stuff. And I remember he used to come in the store all the time spending money like it was water, you guys, like it was free water. I mean, he spent that much money. I mean, he bought expensive suits and clothes and stuff, like really top name brand stuff. So anywho, so I stayed in an apartment complex. This guy, we talked on the phone a couple of times. I never told him where I lived or anything like that. So I'm at home. My kids were a little bit younger then. And the apartment complex I lived in was a gated community. And I live by a lot of firefighters and stuff and police officers and all this. So anywho, I was home one day and I never really had visitors over there. So I hear someone like banging at my door. Now my kids were at school. So I was like, well, who is that? I know nobody, nobody should be knocking at my door. I knew it wasn't my parents because they were at work, and I knew it wasn't my sister. Like everybody was at work. And I was thinking to myself, and nobody else is going to be visiting me right now. Like, who in the world? And I kept hearing banging. Like, I heard banging again at the door. And then you know how you just get like this. I just got like this weird feeling, like chills, like up and down my spine. And I knew right away that it was that guy. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I was afraid to even walk close to the door because I was like, oh my gosh, what if someone just starts shooting? But I knew that if I didn't open the door, and I knew it was him. I knew it. Something just told me, oh my gosh, it's that crazy guy. And anyways, I don't know how he found out where I live, but I'm guessing that maybe he was watching me leave from work and I never noticed it or something. And of course he knew my silver car, so he put 2 and 2 together. So that's the only thing that I can think of. But I opened the door. Some told me to open the door because if he had to kick it in, it's probably going to be, I mean, he can kick the door in anyways. So I opened the door and it was him. And I remember I was so freaking scared, like the look in his eyes, like he wanted to kill me. And right away when I opened the door, he started yelling at me and started screaming, saying, call me like the B word and saying, how come you didn't bail me out, you B, and I really loved you. And I was thinking to myself, love me? Oh my gosh, you don't even freaking know me. So when he came through the door, like I couldn't keep him out the door. When he came through the door, he like put his hands around my neck and he was a lot bigger and stronger than me. And so, and I'm a big gal. So he like put his hands around my neck and like grabbed my shirt and like picked me up and kind of like held me up against the wall. And I remember, oh my God, I was just like, I I don't know, it's kind of weird because I kind of like went blank in my mind. I didn't know what to think. I was like scared, thinking, oh my gosh, please don't let this man kill me. But he was like yelling at me saying, you know, how much money he have, and I would have paid you back, and I got such and such money, and you better be glad that I kept my sister and my crew off of you because they wanted to kill you, and for not bailing him out. They wanted to kill you. They could have came and just took you out and all this stuff. And like he was just saying some really crazy stuff. But he said that I know that you're a good person and that you're a good mom, and so I told him don't mess with you and all this stuff. And I remember, oh my gosh, like, but he was freaking loud. So I remember my neighbor, she came outside of her apartment and she was looking at him, and he looked over at her and was like, what, B? He told her, what, B? And she was looking, and she got her phone like she was getting ready to call 911. And she asked me, was I okay? But I couldn't really talk because he had his hands around my neck like choking me. And so I remember thinking, oh my gosh, this guy is so freaking crazy. So I guess he saw her. He's like, if I ever see you again on the streets, you better not ever look my way. You better not ever say anything to me. You better not say a word to me. He was just saying, like, talking like really crazy. And then he like let go of me and called me a B and said he has a lot of money. So he had like lots of hundreds in his hands, and he was throwing them and saying that, you don't have this kind of money, blah, blah, blah. Like he was saying a bunch of crazy stuff that it was been so long ago because I can't remember exact words, but I remember him throwing the money on the ground, and then he let go of me, and then of course he picked the money up though, but he had that much money, and then he ran off. So my neighbor came over to see me, and she, walked over there after he left and said that guy was crazy. And she said, I just want to make sure you were okay, everything was okay. And anyways, he never came back or bothered me ever again. But I remember thinking, oh my gosh, this guy is a freaking psycho. Like, I was scared because, for one, I didn't know how he found out where I lived. That was the scariest thing ever. And I was thinking, like, oh my gosh, like, that's dangerous, And two, I was like, well, I'm thinking that maybe he followed me or something, or he sat outside and would watch me or something, because he's psycho like that. But I remember when I went to work the next day, well, it was like a couple of days later, my boss and him told me that he was in the store and acting crazy, and they had to actually call the police department on him because he was harassing another customer. Like, he came in there like intoxicated, like he was on drugs and stuff, and like the cops were looking for him, and they arrested him, and he had charges out against him, and like all kind of crazy stuff. So, and I told my boss and then what happened, but anyways, he was like banned from the store, and I never saw him again to this day. But that guy was freaking crazy, you guys. But my point I'm trying to come across is you got to be really careful nowadays, and watch who you talk to, because people are really loco. You just never know what people are thinking, so you really have to be careful nowadays. I think it was, God that was looking over me that day and watching over me, and I was going to file a police report. I did report it to my job and everything, and they did take a police report at work, and everything. They were looking for him, but I know he did get locked up. Hopefully he's in prison, and he don't need to be let out because he's freaking psycho. But hopefully he never makes it out. But that was a crazy experience I had. Those apartments, I tell you, it's the same apartment complex that I was held at gunpoint by the cops, which is a whole another story. I was held at gunpoint. They were actually looking for someone else, and got our cars confused and surrounded my car. But that's a whole nother, it was a case of mistaken identity. So that's a whole nother video. Maybe I'll share that one day with you guys. But I did move from those apartments, and will never stay there ever again. But you guys just really got to be careful because you never know. Life is too precious, especially if you're alone and you have kids. Of course, now I have protection. So, but still, you still have to be careful nowadays because people are loco. And, you know, you always have to remember that there's always someone bigger and badder than you. And sometimes it's really not worth it. Like people are meeting people online or, you know, just meeting up with random strangers. And we all, you know, everyone does stuff like that. But you really have to be careful because people are crazy. Just watch your back and you know, if you're going to meet with people, meet in a public place where there's lots of people and also be careful because people can really find out where you live and unfortunately there's some really psychs out there, psychos. So just be careful. I see a lot of YouTubers that are like having problems with people like showing up at their house and at their job and calling them and all kind of crazy stuff. And you know, it's like unfortunately those people don't have nothing better else to do. And they don't have, they're like mentally ill, you know, and it's sad. I'm sorry. It's the truth though, because nobody in their right mind is going to do that. You know, it's certain lines that people shouldn't cross and that's one of them. There's no way in this world that I would hurt or do something crazy to someone else unless I felt my life or my kid's life or if I seen another child that needed help, their life was in danger, you know. But there's no way, you know, life is too short. It's not worth it. If someone doesn't want you, walk away. It's not your place to take someone's life or to, you know, be threatening to take other people's lives unless your life is in danger. And then you also have the cops too. Call the cops, get the cops involved because people are crazy. Again, I want to stress that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully we all learned something from this video. And I hope you guys enjoyed my collaboration I did. Hopefully you guys watched it and enjoyed it. We're planning on doing more collaborations together in the future. Hopefully soon in the near future, like really, really soon. I really had a lot of fun. So please subscribe if you haven't done so already. It says subscribe in red letters. It's free, you guys. I know a lot of people ask me, is YouTube free or is it free to subscribe? Absolutely yes. Please hit the thumbs up button. Please leave a comment down below. Please share my video. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering already. You know, it's getting late. I'm getting tired. You guys already know me. I'm getting old. Oh yeah, please leave comments down below for a Q&A. I have gotten quite a good few questions already that I'm going to put together. But if you guys have any questions you would like to ask me, I also have a lot more videos coming. I have lots of stories to share, you guys. And they're not all bad stories, but I try to share my story and my life with other people. Hopefully it can inspire people and educate people. Sometimes people ask me, Tiff, why are you so positive? Why are you so happy? Everyone who knows me knows that I'm not perfect. I have my days too where I get moody or I get upset as well. We're all human, you know. But I do want to thank you so much for joining me on my YouTube channel and for taking the time to watch my video. I absolutely love you all. Thank you for the love and support. Please stay tuned for, again, for more collaborations with my friend Juan. He's also a YouTuber. I will post his link in the description box down below. So check out his channel and subscribe. He's very, very awesome. His editing is off the chart, you guys. Like, of course you can tell the difference. But he's really, really good. So watch his videos. We got a lot of stuff lined up that we want to do or things we're thinking of. So stay tuned for that. I want to say to all the young people or, you know, just people like in general, especially people that are young in college or single parents or single moms or whatever, be careful who you bring around your kids and what you do. My kids are grown now, but I still have to be careful too. But I want to say I see a lot of young YouTubers that have kids and stuff, and they're having men stay at their house, and you know, just because you think, oh, they're in the room with me or whatever. and your kids are in a separate room, that is cool. That's not cool at all. Or you leave them on a couch, you know, you don't know. Sometimes we go into a deep sleep and you don't know what's going on as you're sleeping. You know, why you don't want to put your kids at risk like that. It's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. You love your kids and you protect them. You are the protector. You know, of course we pray and we have faith in God, but we were made their parents for a reason. It's our job to raise them and protect them. If they can't trust us or we can't protect them, then what? You know, then what? So it's not even worth it. So don't be having men, you know, are in and out your house and around your house like that and around your kids. You know, it's not safe. You know, and it's not a good look. So, but I want to encourage, you know, especially I see these girls in college or in high school, you know, be careful who you talk to, you give your number to, because like I went through and, you know, I didn't really know this guy. Was hooked up on kind of like a blind date, and look what happened to me, you know. So just be careful, you guys. Just be careful.